Hi everyone. I get a lot of inquiries about what we've done to Jumbo, and it's not necessarily what we've modified is to actually suit our lifestyle. We enjoy getting away from the bitumen roads and onto the dirt roads and out into the outback and onto the beaches. I realise it's not everyone's cup of tea, but anyway, to actually get the vehicle to do that, like they are actually delivery vans when they leave Germany, I guess. You've got to do a few modifications. We've always had off-road vehicles, always explored the deserts and sailing boats that we've explored remote parts of the world, so we're sort of a bit that way inclined. But anyway, we'll go through and just let you know what we've done, and not all of it's right. Some of it's been quite wrong. A few things we've had to do twice. But anyway, let's go. The recovery points and the winch get quite a few inquiries, and there's a winch bar in behind here, and its wings come right out around the corner to about there. So I like that because if you hit an animal, it's you're getting quite a bit of protection. And I think the main thing with animal impact is that you can protect the radiator if possible. So this is that bar is from Adventure Fit Outs. And winch is just a cheap 12,000 kg winch, and it's good to have the recovery points. Would I do it again? Yeah, look, I don't know. It puts a lot of weight onto the front of the vehicle, and consequently the front of our vehicle sagged quite a bit. Then the wheels actually splayed out at an angle. I couldn't get a wheel alignment. I had caster corrections fitted, still didn't get it right. So in the end I had to put coilover shockies on it to get it back up to its proper ride height. Yeah, I sort of blame the weight of the winch bar and the winch and the amount of dirt roads that we'd travelled on and rough country. There's been thousands upon thousands of kilometres of corrugations and dirt, and you can't design them for everything. Anyway, that's the story of the winch bar and the recovery points, Adventure Fit Outs. They come from America, obviously. I think it's really important with these cars to protect the underside of the vehicle. So this one's got an engine guard. I got that from Vida. I'll give you Ian's details. Coilovers. I had Coney shocks on there. I took the Mercedes ones off after the first corrugated trip and put Coney's on, and then we had to get the coilovers fitted. And I got those from OVS, Overland Vehicle Solutions, and yep, really good. They were fitted by Pinnacle 4x4 in Brisbane, and very good people to deal with. We run 265 75 16 tyres. These ones are BF Goodrich, although I'm going to change to Falcon Wild Peaks. I found these a bit noisy, and we've had BF Goodrich in the past and they've always been good, but anyway, these ones are noisy. The wheels are Arsenal's 8 by 16. Went for 16-inch rims as opposed to 17s because I get a higher tyre wall, so you get more flex into it, which is probably not good for high speeds. But for crawling around, when I deflate them in the sand, they flex a lot more. And corrugated roads, because of the higher tyre wall, I get a bit more flex out of them, so it softens the ride. And the Arsenal rims, I don't know if I'd have them again. Would I have them again? Yeah, they look good, but gee, they're hard to clean. Anyway, to fit the bigger tyres, the 265 75 16s, I had to replace this plastic panel here. It was metal from manufacture, but Adventure Fit Outs sell those panels, and I didn't have to cut the guard away. I was able to just bend the metal back far enough and repaint it all in case I cracked the paintwork, and it was quite easy actually to fit that, and then put the mud flaps back on. But like I said before, I made them a little bit bigger because I was still getting stone chips. And I put those stone brushes on the bottom, which work really quite well. I modified the back ones as well. We We fitted a protection for the transfer case that I got from Tracker, and it's very good. We fitted a diff guard to protect the bottom of the diff, because you do end up dragging the diff on the ground occasionally, and that came from Eccentric, as did these protectors here for the bottom of the shocky. That fitting the shocky goes onto is not real flash, so that helps protect the shocky that's hanging down quite a bit. And also over there's another item from Eccentric, and it covers that handbrake, that electric handbrake, keeps the rocks off that, which I think is essential. I think the underbody protection for these vehicles is very, very important. The springs here, they've been manufactured by Gympie Spring Works, and it's taken me sort of 2 lots of springs actually to get this sorted out. These things have got a few bad habits, and but these springs here have worked out really, really well. The tow bar is, I think, essential on these vehicles if you're going to take them off-road. It's not so much for the ability to tow something, but it's protecting this back step, and these vehicles have a lot of overhang from the back axle to the back here. So a few times we've dropped down off off ledges and landed so heavily on this tow bar it'll rattle your teeth, and I was so pleased we put that on. It saved a lot of damage, and oh gee whiz, that's Tow Bars Australia fitted that, and they're not dear. I don't know, I think it was only about $1,200 or something of that nature. While we're crawling around underneath here, we took the spare tyre out and fitted an extra water tank in there. I think it's 90 litres. I got that also from Vida, from Ian, and it's really good. We've got no issues at all with water. We really like our side steps, apart from keeping the mud and stones and that off the side of the car. It just makes it really easy to get into, and like a lot of people, we've had trouble with our electric step, and this one also makes it so easy to now step into the inside of the van at the front, so my wife's happy. I actually put just to cheer her up a little bit, I put a little handle there. These side steps are only aluminium, and they do flex a bit, but we're extremely happy with them. They're quite light, and I was worried about getting too much weight in the car. So I didn't really want to put rock sliders on it, but Jim Hunt was the guy that did it down the Gold Coast, and that's his details there if anyone's interested. Even though they're only aluminium, they're pretty strong, because I actually dented that pipe, and I know it's quite strong pipe there, aluminium pipe, and it didn't dislodge the way it's fitted onto the car, which surprised me, and that kept the van away from a big tree that I was very, very close to on that trip I did up to Cape Arnhem. Very, very tight country for a Sprinter van, but super happy with those steps. We love them. A little fold-down table. We use that very frequently. We cook on that quite a lot of an evening. I know this doesn't look like a ladder rack, or a ladder, but it is a ladder, and I think it's really good. I didn't want to put a larger fuel tank in the van because they're quite heavy, and I figured I don't really need the extra fuel very often, so I can carry 2 jerry cans, although this one, he made me cut the top out of it and use it as a rubbish tin, or wood. We quite often use it for our firewood. But anyway, so it's multi-purpose, and then I'm not carrying around a heavy tank when I don't need it. So with 90 and an extra 40, I get a fair way. Shovel sits in there really well, and around this side is my fishing rod holder. On this side over here we've got obviously the spare tyre. Both of these came from Ian from Vida, and we've just got Ian's details here. A very, very good guy, so highly recommend Ian. He's very helpful and extremely wise. And while we're talking about that, that's Gympie Spring Works, but you've probably seen a little video I did on the springs. I think we've got our back springs pretty good now. No, this isn't outside, but but it relates to outside. We've got a twin-cylinder ARB compressor under here, and we've actually fitted a diff lock to this vehicle, and this ARB compressor drives that. It's a great spot for it, I think, because the hose just clicks in there. Another thing that's stored under here is this thing here, which is which you can't actually see. There it is. It's a diesel filling adapter, and honestly, if you're going to go out in the bush, you've just got to buy this. Or I made one once as well, and it just enables you to go to the diesel pumps that have got the big nozzle. Otherwise, you can't get that fuel in there. So very important to get one of those. We got it online. I think Volkswagen, I think Amarok and things like that have them as well. And actually, it's a really good system, because if you try and put unleaded fuel in there, it won't let you. I don't know how it does it, but it won't let you put unleaded fuel in there apparently. So I think that's a very handy adapter to have, and it'll get you out of trouble. Once again, this isn't an outside thing, but part of it is. That's our diesel heater fitted in there. Some people put it under the seat, but anyway, we're happy with this system. I just built that over, took the fire extinguisher away, and plonked it over there on the side of the seat, and also put another one there, because I've actually had to put a fire out in the car. It wasn't my car, thank goodness, and that fire extinguisher ran out pretty quick. Now the fuel tank for that diesel heater is a 5-litre jerry can, made for petrol, I think. But anyway, that's what I've done. I've made a little bracket, plonked that in there, and the diesel heater pump is here. It's on an angle so it doesn't get an airlock. It's got a filter around the corner there, and also that's a good thing. That's rat poison. I've got a few of those taped around the joint, and hopefully they'll eat that before they hit our wiring. They've had a go at our wiring. They at our water. They got in there and chewed. That's the windscreen washer. They chewed it up. So we've got a little deterrent thing there. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But anyway, we gave them a fair bit to eat, so hopefully they'll eat that first. I put a crim mesh screen there just to stop the rocks from getting through into the intercooler, and the little holes there so I can actually find the disengage for the winch so it can free spool. And yeah, I put just a plastic cover over the bit of Perspex over the radar sensor, and that seems to work. Also on the outside, I guess it's the outside of the inside, I'm not sure, we put a heavy film here to try and keep some of the heat out of the cabin, and it works really well. It certainly it keeps it, stops the sun from bleeding in there. Also, we tinted the windows pretty heavily as well to stop the sun coming in, beating in when you're driving along with the sun beside you. This screen here is a crim mesh screen. So it was just a crim mesh door I got from the dump, and or from the recovery shop at the dump. And we like it because we can leave our doors open at the night time. No one can break into the car, and it works really well for us. Up above that, I fabricated a little shelf, and it works pretty good because that's our ground sheet up there, and our awning for the end of the for the end of the awning. It slides onto the awning and peg it down to the ground, keep the sun out. So it's a handy spot to store that. You always run out of room in these things. A lot of people ask us about the long wheelbase van, whether it's hard to park or do we bottom out. At times, look, we don't bottom out hardly at all, or very rarely. And for the number of times you do a bit of road building and get it over there. Maybe put the max tracks underneath. So we're very happy with the long wheelbase. We like to have the shower and toilet there, and that works very well for us. As far as parking is concerned, we generally end up finding a space at Coles, we might have to back the back of it over their garden. But anyway, that works. Or sometimes we've got to walk a little bit extra, but that's no big problem to us at all. Hopefully that might help someone in some way. And anyway, happy motoring.